Have you ever been judged unfairly, labeled based on how you look or where you're from? This is the story of Marcus, a high school senior who walked into his classroom every day with a weight on his shoulders that no one else could see. While his classmates were worrying about prom dates and college applications, Marcus was carrying a heavy secret. In his predominantly white, affluent school, Marcus was an outsider. He was quiet, kept to himself, and his tired eyes often told a story of sleepless nights. His teachers saw his grades slipping. His classmates noticed him dozing off in class. Soon, the whispers started. They called him lazy, unmotivated. Then, when a few items went missing from the locker room, all eyes turned to Marcus, the new kid, the one who didn't fit in. The whispers turned into accusations, spoken just loud enough for him to hear. "It's always the ones you'd expect," someone muttered. He was labeled a troublemaker, a criminal, without a shred of evidence. The school's guidance counselor called him in, suggesting he was at risk. In class, a teacher once used him as an example in a discussion about juvenile delinquency, a veiled reference that hit Marcus like a physical blow. He just stared at his desk, his jaw tight, his silence mistaken for guilt. What no one knew was that Marcus wasn't sleeping because his nights weren't his own. Every day after school, he wouldn't go home to hang out with friends or play video games. He would take a 2-hour bus ride across town to a small, cluttered apartment. His mom had been diagnosed with a severe illness a year ago, and she could no longer work. His dad had left years before that. So, at 17, Marcus became the man of the house. He worked a grueling 10-hour overnight shift at a warehouse, stocking shelves and loading trucks. His hands, calloused and sore, were the hands of a provider, not a thief. He'd get home just as the sun was rising, catch an hour or two of sleep if he was lucky, and then head to school, the exhaustion clinging to him like a second skin. He was trying to juggle calculus and hospital bills, history lessons, and his mom's medication schedule. The money he earned didn't go to new sneakers or gadgets. It went to rent, to groceries, to keeping the lights on. He was fighting a battle no one knew about, and he was doing it all alone. The day of graduation arrived. It was a bright, sunny afternoon, filled with the optimistic chatter of students ready to start their new lives. The principal stood at the podium, delivering a speech about overcoming adversity. Marcus sat in the back row, his graduation gown feeling like a costume. He had barely scraped by, his grades a testament to his exhaustion. He felt a deep sense of shame, not for what he had done, but for what everyone thought he was. He was just relieved it was all over. Then, the principal announced a special scholarship, the Community Hero Award, given to a student who has shown extraordinary character and perseverance in the face of hardship. This year's recipient, the principal began, is a student who has faced challenges most of us can't even imagine. A student who has balanced the responsibilities of a full-time job and caring for an ailing family member, all while trying to complete his high school education. A hush fell over the crowd. The students who had whispered about Marcus now looked around, confused. The teachers who had written him off leaned forward in their seats. The principal continued. This student worked every single night to support his family, sacrificing his sleep, his social life, and at times, his own well-being. He never complained, never asked for help, and never once wavered in his commitment to his mother. The principal's voice cracked with emotion. "It is my profound honor to present the Community Hero Award, along with a full 4-year university scholarship, to Mr. Marcus Washington." A stunned silence filled the auditorium. Then, it was broken by a single clap. It came from the back, from a woman in a wheelchair, her face beaming with pride. It was Marcus's mother, who had gathered all her strengths to be there. The single clap turned into a thunderous, standing ovation. The entire graduating class, their parents, and the faculty were on their feet. The students who had judged him now looked at him with awe and respect. The teachers saw not a delinquent, but a hero. As Marcus walked toward the stage, the silence that had once been his shield was now filled with the sound of their applause. The labels they had put on him shattered into a million pieces. He wasn't a criminal. He wasn't a troublemaker. He was a son, a provider, a survivor. And as he accepted the award, tears streaming down his face, he wasn't just graduating from high school. He was graduating from the prison of their judgment. He was finally free.